Question of the week, which two-door are you taking? F generation M4 or E92 M3?
This one's got the 7-speed dual clutch. When you see an F80 coming up behind you in the rear view, it definitely looks aggressive and it looks like an M car. Couple that with Yas Marina blue, it matches the feeling and the description of the car.
Over the last several decades, BMW has chosen a lot of famous tracks around the world to name their color paint codes after. You have Le Mans, Imola, the list goes on and on. This one behind me is a 2015 M4 F82 Coupe that we just got in. It's going through our shop right now. It's gonna be available for sale, but most exciting is that this is Yas Marina blue. I don't know if it's named after the water that the Yas Marina circuit is next to in the ocean, or maybe it's because of the runoff areas. For you F1 fans out there, if you ever watch the Abu Dhabi race, typically the last race of the schedule, check me on that. My wife will check me on that. The runoff areas on the track are this bright, bright blue, and I would hazard to guess that this is where they got the inspiration for this gorgeous pearlescent Yas Marina blue color. You know, the F80 M cars, they scream between the body kit, the stance, the power, the noise. It's definitely a look at me car, which every M car should be. And I think if you bought one of these, you'd have to get a color like Yas Marina blue.
All right, E46 M3, E90 M3, or F80 M3. What are you taking? That's a tough question. This is the F82 M4. We are back. We haven't had an F80 M car in a couple years. We had a F80 4-door, the car yellow individual. That car, Dave hunted down in California, and that was the shiz.net. That car was gorgeous, ton of power, but it allowed us to dip our toes into the F generation, and we quickly found out that this car, size, power, tremendous package. And we'll talk about why it's different than the S54 or the V8 of the E90 M3. But it's very much like an M5. I'm driving through downtown Raleigh right now in third gear, under 2,000 RPM. I really can't use this car unless we get down to the highway. The E46 M3s, the E90 M3s, you know, there's a couple areas where we can run it through a couple gears, but I have to get to the highway in order to let this thing breathe. Horsepower gets bumped up. You know, the E46 M3, you're putting out right around 300, let's be honest, to the wheel, maybe even a little less. The E90 M3 with the V8, you're putting about 400, naturally aspirated V8, and then bam, end of the naturally aspirated M3s, and you now have a 4-door M3, 2-door M4 with an S55, a twin turbo, inline 6. But unlike the S54 and the V8, where you had to rev it out and really work the car, keep it moving, keeping high up in the RPMs to really soak up all that power and milk it for all it's got. This thing, because of the twin turbos, has gobs of torque. Like absolutely gobs of low end torque. Dual clutch gearbox or a manual transmission. This one's got the 7-speed dual clutch. Shifts are really responsive. You have a little sharp shifter here, so you can increase from small, medium, or large, slow, medium, fastest shifts. Shifts are instant, they're quick, and honestly, with the way this thing spools up, hits the 7,000 RPM red line, you need to be quick. This guy is serious. 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds, right around 4. What? There's the torque. It's back. And it's a big car. It's really comfortable. Room, I'm 6'3". This one has the carbon fiber roof. It's not the competition package. Just because you see a carbon fiber roof on one of these bad boys doesn't mean that it's a comp package. You can order it separately. I'm 6'3". I'm down in the lowest position right now, and I've got plenty of headroom. There's even a little lip here where I think I could comfortably put a helmet on. One of our good customers, Mr. Hugh Rice, he had an M4. And he was just at the shop a few moments ago peeking at some of our new M Coupe that you saw this week. And he had one of these and took it on track, and he's a tall guy too. Anyhow, let's talk about the exterior. It looks amazing. The front end is aggressive, the side view is aggressive, everything is aggressive. The only thing that I think is a letdown is on the exterior is the rear. It kind of feels like the rear bumper and rear fascia was an afterthought. I've never found the F80 or F82 that attractive. But the front, it definitely screams M. When you see an F80 coming up behind you in the rear view, it definitely looks aggressive and it looks like an M car. Couple that with Yas Marina blue, it matches the feeling and the description of the car. But the power is there, the torque is there. And the twin turbos are great. The dual clutch transmission, just like the E90 M3. Butter smooth, butter fast. BMW has gotten good at putting big power into big cars and still making them feel like an M car. Like,
over there.
Wow.
Nice reaction, man.
Okay, so here's what I don't like besides the butt. I don't like the rear end. The second thing I don't like is the size. It's massive. Third thing I don't like, what don't I like? Third thing I don't like, the sound. The sound. It's my S54 screams at 8,000 RPM. It sounds great. An E90 M3, you get the V8, little ode to the E39 M5 glory days. This though, it's kind of like a McLaren.
Yeah.
It's just soulless.
You're right.
Like,
Not exciting.
I don't know. It's nice though. They've taken cues and hints from previous generation M cars. The mirrors are different and unique to the M3 like you would find on an E46 or an E90. Little touches besides the wheel. The dials here are an off black color, kind of an ode to the S54, the E46 days with the gray dials. So you definitely feel like you have the speed hump in the hood. I'd say like for a multi-purpose daily driver with a lot of power, a car that you can drive to the office on Monday and track on the weekend. I mean, that's what an M3 has always been. It's a car you can take to the track on the weekend and then drive to the office during the day. And this fits it. This does it. Question of the week, which two-door are you taking? F generation M4 or E92 M3? Both of these, if you think about it, are really, really nice, well-spec'd E90 Gen M3 for mid-30s. Get you something really nice. Or 35 grand for an M4. I'm gonna pick E92 M3. Let's see what the team says. E92 M3 or F82 M4?
F82 M4 all the way.
Oh, Sean! F82 M4 or E92 M3?
I haven't spent much time at all in the M4s, but it's hard to beat an E90 M3.
The V8 guy over here. Yeah. I think we would make Sean happiest if you had an E39 M5 and an E90 M3 next to each other in the garage. you'd be comfortable dying with that garage.
I would be all right with
Yeah, he'd be okay with that. Update on the 330 ZHP, Dave Zamola ZHP swap. The engine is now ready to be dropped in. Full Bizon components Vanos overhaul, rod bearings, and some other items. But she's pretty much sealed up and ready to go back in. There's Daniel. Daniel! Now Daniel did pilot the M4, 2 cars and coffee. And you spent a lot of time in an E90 Gen M3.
Yeah.
Two-door option, gun to your head, only option, E92 M3 or F82 M4.
We'll go with the M3.
Okay, so we got 3 votes for E92 M3, 1 for F-Gen M4. Let's see what Dave wants.
What's up, sir?
You got 35 to 40 grand to spend. Are you gonna get an F82 M4 or an E92 M3?
No.
Winner!
You gotta pick one or the other, Dave.
No. Nah.
You're not on the dating apps, you're not a boy?
No. Not happening, man.
That if we're talking
92.
But if we're talking where I can get the 4-door option in
E92.
the M3.
In the shop today, we've got 2 silver E46s. We got a 330xi and another M3 that's getting available. This guy is a 6-speed with just over 80,000 miles. This one is a 02. I think it's 80 on the dot. Anyway, 6-speed out of Miami, just got here. We're gonna be going through it, doing a ton of work, but silver on black. This one will be available soon, probably in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Let's see what John's got going on. John, what you doing?
We're doing a radiator and a water pump and some brake lines.
This is an outside customer work?
Yeah.
Nice. Cooling system, the Achilles heels of E46s. You got an E46? Make sure that cooling system is up to date. Thanks again for checking out one of our videos. Here at Atlas Motor Company, our BMW inventory gets refreshed every single week. We're gonna have fresh new content for you on a weekly basis. If you like what you guys saw, please like, subscribe, hit that notification button so you get alerts, and we'll see you next time.